My name is Ted Glick. I am part of the organization Beyond Extreme Energy that produced this beautiful puppet back here, and that has been working since 2014 to try to basically bring FERC out of the shadows and into the light. FERC stands for the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. We call it the most dangerous federal agency most people have probably never heard of. What they do is two things primarily. One is they regulate the electrical grid, which is fine. That needs to be done, no problem in general, although there are policies there too, how much they're going to encourage renewable energy and help to get renewable energy to be the kind of competitor that it has to be as part of that grid. There are issues there. But the main issue that we have with FERC is what it does, the other thing that it does, which is that it is the agency that is tasked with taking applications from the natural gas industry for interstate gas pipelines. And these days, interstate gas pipelines are primarily fracked gas pipelines, because most of the gas that we now get comes from the process of fracking. So FERC's track record over a 30-year period is that they have approved every single permit application for expansion of natural gas pipelines, with one exception, which was last year in 2016, where there was some very effective organizing in the state of Oregon. 90% of the landowners refused to allow surveying companies onto their land, and primarily as a result, the company that wanted to build the pipeline was not able to get any companies signed up to use the pipeline once it was built. That's the one pipeline that FERC has rejected in 30 years. It's a rubber stamp agency for the natural gas industry, and it is also a revolving door industry where people work for FERC and then they go to work for the fossil fuel industry and vice versa. It's an agency that needs to be investigated. We are calling for a congressional investigation into FERC, and we think now's a very good time to do that because there are only 2 out of 5 commissioners at FERC right now. Others have either quit or their terms have expired, and nobody has nominated somebody to replace them yet. Trump will be nominating, it looks like, 3 new commissioners to fill the 3 vacancies soon, but until he does, and it's now been 3 months, FERC cannot approve any pipelines. They don't have a quorum, which we think is a good thing. So we think this is a perfect time for there to be a serious congressional investigation into FERC. And you know, one of the things about FERC is this really isn't just it's not a Democrat versus Republican issue. There are states in the South that have enacted moratoriums on the development of pipelines, and it's primarily because of eminent domain. What pipeline companies in the gas industry does is that they take people's land to put pipelines or compressor stations or other infrastructure on them. They use eminent domain for private gain, which should be illegal in the United States. There are some states that actually, where this has gone to court, and the courts in some states have ruled against the gas companies using eminent domain for a gas pipeline or gas infrastructure. So it's not just a Democratic issue. It's a human issue. It's a justice issue. It's a property rights issue. It's definitely a climate issue in terms of natural gas. The fact that methane is 86 times as powerful as carbon dioxide as far as global warming impacts over a 20-year period. That's according to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. So for all these reasons, we're urging people to contact your senators. When Trump makes his appointments, the Senate as a whole needs to approve. There will be a vote, and 100 senators, or however many of them there are when the vote is taken, will vote eventually on whether to approve FERC's nominations. We're calling for senators to turn down nominations until there's a serious congressional hearing that leads to the kind of changes we need.